We're back, y'all. Keyboard or controller? We're not the same. I've been using a keyboard that's missing the right arrow keycap for 2 months now. You might say, if it's been broken so long, why not just get a replacement keycap? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, young gup. It's that simple. Nah, not interested. I don't even... I'm gonna be 100% real with you. I just picked it up, and I do not remember what item I just got. That's how I play Isaac. And also, all I know is that it's good. I think it's a very good item. I think maybe the more enemies I kill, the more damage I do on a room. That seems about right. Oh, and rubber cement as well. You gonna play Clone Hero on stream? I did actually think of a fire bit that I would never do. Which is, we still have all our instruments from Rock Band 4 that have been sitting, like, in storage for 9 years or whatever now. And then just out of nowhere, having, like, a channel point redemption, where, if you pay 10,000 channel points, I just play Bodhisattva on stream. No matter what I was doing in that moment. And just rip it out, and then put it right back down, and then never say anything ever again. Only 10K? Yeah, I like the song. I think it's a really good song. Redeem it 20 times in a row? And I will play it 20 times in a row. Your streams would only be that? Honestly, that would be fucking awesome, man. That would be so good. Song is mid. I saw you type that last time, too. You know what? I'm gonna commend you. Rather than admonish you, I'm gonna commend you for being the rare chatter who sticks to an opinion, even after I express the alternative one. That being said, you ain't slick. That song is good though. Yeah, it's a good one. It's one of the best. After that, we'll play some Bastille. I still don't remember how it goes though. Oh hey oh, something like that. Oh hey oh. Something like that. You pretty much got it. I know. I remember the lyrics. It starts with A-O-A, and ya ass. Enrico Flow, whatever the Orin Colo Flow, whatever the fuck the song is called. Sail away, sail away, sail away. Fucking bro, why not? Good ass song. One of the best songs to... you guys ever go to a Shoppers Drug Mart? When they used to have those kiosks where there would be like 40 songs in a grid on the kiosk, and you could press a button and then it would play 15 seconds of the song. Holy shit, we're talking about pure moods. I was there, man. I was there. I know music stores are like 90% Funko Pops and like graphic t-shirts now, but do they still have the listening setup? The listening setup was crazy, man. Going to HMV in like the year 1999, knowing I wanted to buy the Backstreet Boys album Millennium, and then going to the listening booth and popping in Millennium to listen to the song that I already like and going, yep, that sounds about right. I think I'll take that one. Side one, track one, Larger Than Life. Yep, I'd say I've heard enough. Welcome, Yeti. Welcome back. I was playing Xbox in the kiosk at the store. Oh, I mean, there's some things that can snap me right back to nostalgia. The EB Games that for like 11 years had one video game kiosk, and it was the Bust-A-Move Bubble Bobble cabinet. I don't know if that was a universal experience, but the bust a move cabinet went crazy. Copy that, exactly, man. Oh, I can't do that. Buying Diddy Kong Racing the day it came out at Toys R Us and getting a promotional Diddy Kong Racing VHS tape made by Nintendo. It was like if you pre-order the game, you get a VHS tape about Diddy Kong Racing. I ran the fucking rails off that thing. I guess it's not rails, it's like film, but you get the idea. Yes, man, I had that too. It was filmed like a news broadcast. Like, they filmed it in a news broadcast style, as if, like, Greta Van Susteren was like, holy shit, guys. Breaking news, an arcade racing game just came out on the N64. I bet you could find it online. Crazy shot, man. Would have been better on the SNES. That is true. Would have been better. Would have been better on the SNES. Whatever. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. I was reading chat. I should get my heart back. Promotional video for something they already sold to you? Yeah, it was a different time, man. But honestly, the ad hit different because it was a physical ad. It wasn't a digital ad that they can just sort of like, you know, seed the world with. They actually had to have like a factory producing this shit. It was like there was some care in advertising back then. We used to be a proper country. You ever get the magazines with the PS2 demo disc? Oh, man. I'll do you one better. I got the magazines with the PS1 demo disc, man. And also the PS2 demo disc. Please be a good pill. Oh my god, there's 2 of them. Yay! It's like the best pill right now. Can you believe it, guys? Christmas just a week away. It's true. It's true. It's the most wonderful time of the year. And it is just a week away. Enjoying the holidays? Grab your stocking. You'll love this next present. Wait, now that I think about it, you're actually a liar. It's only 6 days away. Nope. No, I'd say it's, I think I'm doing the math right. Christmas the 25th, right? Last time I checked, anyway. I stand by, we didn't get much of a chance to talk about it. I was happy to hear Apollo's in the holiday season, though. I really think that there's a chance, at least the way that I live my life, that December 24th is it has the best chance on the calendar of any other day to be the best day of the year. I'm not saying we won't be busy. I'm sure we'll be busy, whether we plan to be busy or not, but like, there's a lot to like about December 24th, man. 26th is better. I'm the type of beast who always prefers to be like one day before the party than one day after the party. Oh! I like day after Thanksgiving. Day after Thanksgiving. That's like Halloween here. Day after Thanksgiving. Like, really, listen, there's a purity of this. Is it all for the turkey sandwich? Like, what's the day after Thanksgiving? What's special about the day after Thanksgiving? Black Friday? Ain't even the best song off of Katie Lied, bro. That's Dr. Wu. True, facts. He tells no lies. They're saying I'm the greatest music enjoyer on the planet. He finally understands. I'll take that. consumerism, yay. Oh, fuck off, man. I really... A lot of being friends with someone is knowing what shit you should not say to them. I got different shit that I'd be saying to some people than I'd be saying to other people. And it's not misrepresenting my personality. It's choosing which windows of my personality to open up to each group, okay? You can hate consumerism, that's totally fine. The right time to open that window for one of your top 3 favorite streamers is not to do it when someone's talking about the holidays. Come on, man. You're literally talking like Jim Carrey's Grinch. Who, by the way, and I not to just crib Pajiba's whole bit on the Grinch. I saw the Grinch movie in theaters, not the 1960s one. Before you start saying so, you so and so. Although Snow and Snow is pretty good, to be fair. Not the one with Boris Karloff. I'm talking about the one with Jim Carrey. And even in 2000 or whenever it came out, I wasn't fucking with it. Good performance by Jim Carrey, not a great movie, but Christine Baranski did kind of like, I mean, even to this day to some extent. But I was reading that Pajiba article about how the Grinch stole Christmas, and it was like, it wasn't like the uncomfortable truth of how the Grinch stole Christmas, but it did make me think. I've seen the movie like 5 times. The Grinch hates Christmas because he hates that people are jolly, but also he hates that the Who's in Whoville are just mindlessly consuming like plastic garbage and trinkets. They've lost the true meaning of Christmas, which is spending time with friends and family and bringing us a figgy pudding, I think. And Cindy Lou Who agrees with him. That's why they find themselves as being kindred spirits. Because Cindy Lou Who is like, we shouldn't be worried so much about putting up all these Christmas lights with the rocket launcher. We should be hugging each other around the fireplace and stuff like that. But then, like, at the end of the movie, like, the Grinch is like, I was wrong, Christmas is awesome. But they didn't, the members of Whoville they didn't change their opinion at all, man. They didn't change their opinion in the slightest. There was no character development. Basically, the movie is essentially an arc about how the Grinch just said, fine, I'm tired of being a hater. That's not why he hates Christmas. Listen, I know that he also hates Christmas because he holds a grudge because he had a crush on Christine Baranski, but then he had a weird, like, adolescent Grinch beard. And then I remember the fuck-ass fisheye lens where he holds that razor that has like 2 offset blades that curl up at the end. And he's going, zzz, and then he comes back the next day and he's got like blood and like tissue all over his face. And then young Jeffrey Tambor goes, look at that hack job. I remember that. That's a moment that lives rent-free in my head. So maybe you're right, actually. Maybe you're right. Maybe I should see it again. Hits close to home. I did suck ass at shaving, but to be honest, I'm kind of the opinion. Well, it's really up to you. We're out here saving young men's lives. If you are young men, if you're the kind of young man who got incredibly hairy at like before your time, like I did. Like if you're in the 10th grade and you're watching this and you have a like chest hair and shoulder hair already, and you also get really irritated skin when you shave, stop using the Gillette Mach 7 razor. I recognize that it has a moisturizing strip. Literally spend some Christmas money on like a sub $100 trimmer. Not an electric razor, but a trimmer. And then just hit your shit with the trimmer 2 times a week, maybe 3 times a week if you want to keep it like really light, and you're good to go. You will not get irritated, I swear to you. And you can, if you want to, become the most annoying guy on the planet, and I'm sorry to put you on blast like this. You could become one of those guys who's like, I use my grandpa's old razor with I got a beaver hair brush and the foam shit, and it's but if, like, you got some other shit to do right now, and also, like, getting up to speed on that one's probably going to be expensive, You can get like a Philips beard trimmer for like 40 bucks or something like that. You don't want to, I'm telling you, you don't want to be safety razor, horsehair, beard brush guy in grade 10. You want to be, you got to study, the SATs are coming up. Get an all-in-one solution and fucking move on with your life. I'm swearing it to you. Do not be the guy in the 10th grade who's like, I use a horsehair shaving foam brush. And also, I know what you're gonna say, because when you're in the 10th grade especially, you're like, 40 bucks for an electric trimmer, that's crazy. I'll just spend hours and hours trying to find a secret on, people are hot shower to open up the pores. Cold water immediately afterwards. Never use alcohol-based aftershave stuff. No, I'm telling you, don't fuck with it. Just get the trimmer. You're done. Boom. Problem solved. Why didn't I think about me with fucking razor burn on my neck in the 11th grade? I guess my shower wasn't hot enough. I guess I'll try a hotter shower next time and just get the trimmer and live your life, man. I'm telling you, it'll save you a lot of headaches. Using too much pressure, here we go. What they won't tell you is that actually, I think 1 in 20 men, and I'm gonna count myself as one of them, they always tell you to shave with the grain if your hair gets irritated and ingrown. Some of us out there have hair that grows, there is no grain. The grain is like a quaternarian, or quaternion, I should say. Like it's a 4-dimensional grain instead of a 2-dimensional grain. You can't shave with the grain if the grain is a swirl. It's not possible. That's where you need the fucking trimmer instead of the shaver. And especially right here, it's like, you know, you ever play a golf game on the Super Nintendo and they show you the green, how the lie is on the green, and then when you get to like the edges of a hill, it's just a bunch of like intersecting directional arrows. This hair right here is the fringe of the green. It defies all sense in the world of Newtonian physics. If that's not you, then shut up, because the real hairheads are speaking, ironically. If that is you and you're like, I always get razor burn, I'm telling you the trimmer is gonna save you a lot of grief, man. Get the trimmer. This shit is actually pretty good, now I recall. Get the trimmer. Stop using a toothpaste with sodium lauryl sulfate if you get canker sores in your mouth. What was the other one we had? What was the other one we had, chat? I thought there were 3 things that a young man could... 3 pieces of actionable advice that can save your life if you're a young man. Huge. We don't remember. Nobody remembers now. Coffee in the fridge? That's more of that's a post-college thing, I'd say. That's a post-college thing. Oh, muscle in the throat thing! If you routinely feel like you've pulled a muscle on one side of your Adam's apple, A, you need to be drinking more water regularly, not just when it starts to hurt, but regularly. And B, you can fix it by just grabbing your Adam's apple a little bit with light pressure, and then going like this. And if you wiggle it a little bit, it might take a few reps, but it'll go back into socket. I swear it to you. That shit's so annoying. I used to get it all the time. I guess I was just routinely dehydrated like 15 years ago. That's how I learned, man. I fixed it myself. Whoa, it worked. Also, I can't breathe. What about the random chest pain since I was 5? Nagresta, cover your ears. I've said this before. Now, if you've had a random chest pain since you were 5, that's regular, you should actually talk to, like, a cardiologist. And I mean that, like, so when people say talk to a doctor, they're essentially virtue signaling. I'm gonna give you the keys. You have to, if you have a primary care physician, you have to make an appointment and tell them this, and they will refer you to a cardiologist. I'm giving you actionable advice, not just, you should talk to a doctor, okay? That being said, if you have occasional, I'm just gonna say it, If you're a young man out there, occasionally your chest will just hurt. And if you Google it, because of the fucked up way that insurance and liability rule our society, every website will lie to you and say there's no such thing as like a normal chest pain. I am not a tool of the media. I'm not fully captured yet. And as a result, I can tell you the truth, which is that sometimes, like any part of your body, oh, I keep bumping into the spikes. Any part of your body can just hurt a little bit. That's not me saying don't talk to a doctor. That's me saying don't freak out if your chest hurts now and then. You gotta look up the other symptoms of having a heart attack. You should take it seriously, obviously, but... The other thing is, actually, you should never look up other symptoms of having a heart attack, and I'll tell you why. I did it to comfort myself once when I was having a small amount of chest pain, and I had none of the other symptoms, but I will always remember that one of the strange symptoms of a heart attack is an impending sense of doom. And I really, without putting on airs, I get what I would describe as an impending sense of doom once a month. Not every day, but like once a month, I'll wake up and be like, today just feels like something horrible is gonna happen. I don't think it's anxiety. Like I don't have any of the other symptoms of like a generalized anxiety disorder. But some days I just wake up and I'm like, the vibes are off today. Like I'm okay, but the vibes are, something's not right with the vibes. And ever since, I used to be like, it just happens sometimes, just make it through the day. Now I go, oh, I'm probably having a heart attack, which makes the vibes a lot worse. Oh great, I turned my awesome stuff into 3 flies. Fantastic. Carbon dioxide poisoning also gives you anxiety. That makes sense. So another thing, this is one of the interesting parts about having kids is like trying to, having a kid, it's trying to explain, like not to give yourself like brain damage for no reason. Like sometimes she'll just be like, Daddy, check this out. And then she'll like breathe in and out insanely fast. And I'm like, stop doing that. And she's like, why? And I'm like, well, because you're breathing in carbon dioxide, which is not what you need in order to like stay alive. I don't think she really gets it. Or like, don't just hold your breath as long as you can for no reason. It's just going crazy, man. 5-year-old doesn't understand carbon dioxide. It is crazy, though. She's getting to that age where they're learning, like, real stuff at school. So every once in a while, she'll surprise me. Because, you know, as adults, we speak with, like, colloquialisms or something like that. This is not, like, this is not a one-to-one factual discussion that we've had. But rather, it's in the spirit. You know how an adult might say, like, we breathe air? Now that my kid's in school, she'll say something like, Daddy, that's actually wrong. We breathe in oxygen. And then I gotta go, you're right. You're right. Whereas if chat said that, I would be like, well, it's a little bit more complicated than that, to be honest. If you want, I mean, we need the oxygen to get the electrons in order to synthesize glucose into ATP, but we're actually breathing in air, which is a confluence of multiple gases, if you want to get technical. If you want to get technical about it. Everybody rush the bus driver. You remember the Krebs cycle beat for beat? No, not at all. I remember the starting, the step 1 of the recipe and then the final product. All I ever think about with the Krebs cycle is that they really call it reducing when you gain an electron. Okay, dumbass. Who named that shit? Stupid as fuck, bro. You literally gained something. How are you reducing? You ever get knee deep in ATP? I'm not answering that. It is kind of crazy when you think about it like that, how our bodies are just doing that shit like all the time. And not just our bodies, but like every animal on Earth. It's kind of insane. Plants do it backwards? Photosynthesis is actually like way more miraculous. Because like the plants aren't even eating food. They're making food out of light, which is fucking insane. Like actually a superpower, but it applies to like tens of millions of species of plants on the surface of the Earth and enables like all life to exist. Oh, what about the sea life that's there because of that's like 0.01% of species. You're being pedantic, okay? Apparently geothermal energy is the only energy on the Earth that didn't originally come from the sun. Fair enough. Although I don't know, did it? Because the energy required to produce the heat came from maybe like the Big Bang or something. I don't know. It's not the sun, so to speak, but nuclear kind of. Wrong. Oppenheimer 8. I don't know if you've seen the movie, but he literally kind of gagged them. I don't want that. I think I want this, and then this is where we lock in. Like we have to lock in here. I can see what's in the chest. I don't want that garbage. Plants don't make food from light. They harvest the soul energy of ATP creatures from the cosmos and convert it to food for the cycle of rebirth to continue. Mods, reanimate Carl Sagan and ask him if that's real. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. Because they need the light, bro. They need the light. I got hit. There's no earthly way of knowing? I just thought of something horrible. It was like she wonking my willy in the chocolate factory. I don't know where I'm going with. I mean, I guess I already got there. Ooh, up Wonka. Ooh, up wonking their willy in the chocolate factory. I'm gonna say it, okay? Slugworth, that's cousin chocolate right there. Don't you hate it when you go when you go over to your friend's house? This is stupid. This is like, it's like Santa at Yalta all over again. The North Pole's donated 150 metric tons of snow to the Allied war effort. What will Santa get from Yalta? But don't you hate it when you go over to your friend's house and his mom is like, oh, you guys want a chocolate bar for dessert? And then she pulls out some fuck-ass Slugworth, like it ain't a Wonka bar or anything. Fuck, man. Sorry, man, I didn't know you were a Slugworth household. The hell is Slugworth? He's the Willy Wonka's op that's actually like working with him or whatever. This movie's pretty complicated. Yeah, he's like a triple agent. Thoughts on Timmy C since you're a movie guy? I would say I'm a fake movie guy, just for the record. But I aspire to become a movie guy again once my lifestyle allows. I'm very pro Timmy Chalamet. And the more he says he wants to be one of the greats, the more I'm for him. I like him in everything I've seen him in. I think he takes interesting roles. Bob Dylan may be a little, you know, Oscar baity, don't get me wrong. He is great in Lies of P, that's also true. He's not afraid to build modded Xbox controllers to play Lies of P. But I also, I like it. I was pro Timmy Chalamet, and then I hit 10 out of 10 pro Timmy Chalamet when that video of him dancing to Visions of Joanna on like the New York Pier came out around the promotional cycle of A Complete Unknown. And I became even more pro Timothy Chalamet when he gave that speech at like the Screen Actors Guild Awards, that he was like, I know you're not supposed to say this, but I want to be one of the greats. I think that's what you need. You need an ego, and you need to be a little bit crazy if you want to be one of the greats. It would have been so much worse if he just went up there and is, oh, I'd like to thank my high school like drama coach. He's like, what? He's 30 or something now. He's unk. I was gonna say he's 21. You need to let him have a little aura building phase before he, you know, starts to genuflect. Isn't he a nepo baby? Okay, first off, if you don't know that he's a nepo baby, that is a point against him being a nepo baby, because how famous could his parents be if you can't remember them? Secondly, I don't give a fuck, he's good. I reserve my nepo baby hate for like, I don't want to really like rain down evil on anybody just for no reason, but well, there's a few. You could like you know, like Max Landis is, you could probably get away with. Dakota Johnson, I literally like Dakota Johnson. I think she's literally cool. I got nothing against Bronny. Jaden Smith, I really, to be honest with you, I have nothing against Jaden Smith, and it maybe he's a nepo baby, but it doesn't seem like he's like really out there doing a lot of stuff. Even if he is, obviously his parents are famous, and you know, maybe he got a leg up because of that, but I guess like because I'm not 12, it doesn't affect me or whatever. Denzel's son, nope, because he's literally in he's in Tenet, so I like him. No, Jack Quaid, the plug a little Cork Chungus, but he's chill. Plus, he kind of played on type against type in Companion, so I'll give him some credit. He's also in The Creator. I don't hold that against John David Washington, to be honest. I put him back in a Chris Nolan movie. Allison Janney was in The Creator too. No one goes, I'm not fucking with Allison Janney anymore because she was in the fuck-ass Creator. Everyone goes, oh my god, Allison Janney. Allison Laurel, yeah. John David Washington, very one-dimensional in his acting. Bro, have you seen Tenet? It's a 5-dimensional movie. What do you mean he's one-dimensional? Maybe his shadow casts like a one-dimensional shadow or something. I don't know how physics work. But like, to call Tenet one-dimensional is just factually incorrect. There's at least 4 dimensions in the movie. Plus it has Kenneth Branagh in it, so fuck you. That's my goat right there. Mods, hit him with the temporal pincer movement. Had Robert Pattinson in it, and he's hot. True, and also, he's like at his hottest in Tenet, because he doesn't give a fuck whether he lives or dies, because he knows that he's already dead. That's not a spoiler. Everybody dies, bro. Don't despair! I have a feeling that for me, this might be the end of a beautiful friendship, but for you, it's just the beginning. Okay, that's a sick-ass way for a movie. Okay, but this is a spoiler. That was a sick-ass way for a movie to end. John David Washington was like, bro, don't go in there, you're gonna die. He said, I don't give a fuck, see you tomorrow. That's fucking sick. That's fucking awesome. Yes! Yes! Tenet got that tall woman in it. You're talking like like Polly Walnuts. Yes, Tenet has that tall woman in it. Didn't they cast her because they needed someone with like legs long enough to steer a car while being handcuffed in the back seat or something like that? Like she need they did a casting call for like, we need someone who has long enough legs to steer a car from the back seat. That's a sick ass movie, man. That was close. May your sins come back to torment you. Entry-level Kino to learn media literacy, King? I think the secret... Well, how old are you? Because you might be cooked. It might be too late for you. Oh, I don't know if that's true. Hey, let's start with the obvious. I'm not the most media literate guy on the planet, but here's what I would say. Start by being like 0 to age 12. Just watch shit. It doesn't even matter what it is. It literally, your opinions on film don't matter at that age. Just watch whatever you like. When you're around 12, start to court the idea of like, I'm going to enjoy good movies. If I'm going to waste my life watching movies, I might as well watch good ones. Look up film criticism of your favorite movies up to that point, which, and you got to make yourself humble for this, you have to acknowledge probably sort of suck. So read what a film critic who's been doing it for a long time thinks about your favorite movie when you're 11. And you don't necessarily have to take on their opinion as gospel, but at least you get a feel for how like people who take this stuff seriously start to think about you know, the medium that you're interested in. And then eventually start to like, you know, go down the rabbit hole of like what they're recommending and stuff like that. A dirty little secret of life, and you can use it to make yourself happier, or you can use it to make yourself more miserable. Human beings have a tendency to enjoy that which they repeatedly do. I really believe that. I'm not saying you can get used to torture necessarily, but you can't just be like, I'm 50, I'm gonna start watching like art house movies now. If you've watched Adam Sandler movies for like 49 years, you don't have the necessary palate at this point to just like lock in and be like, okay, let me see Fanny and Alexander. So you gotta, and the great news is why it's great if you start early, when you're like, you know, 14 years old, start watching all this snobby shit, and then just go through a phase where you're completely insufferable, and just echo the like be 14 and just echo the opinions of like film critics. I'll be like, oh, you like the Doom movie? That's nice. Well, I just got Harold and Maude actually for Christmas. I thought it was probably one of Hal Ashby's best films. You know, some shit like that. Do that for like a decade, and then after a decade of doing that, gradually start to form your own opinions on this stuff, and you will find that maybe you yourself, you have become, in that case, a true individual at that point. The end. I don't think younger Gen Z has time for film criticism. Bro, have you ever seen younger Gen Z's screen time? If so, could you tell me what it is? Because I'm assuming it's high. if I had to guess.